Hello everyone, just on the way to the gym right now. Just had a rest day yesterday, and the day before that I hit legs, but I did not record it because I was at 24 with my buddy, and if you guys know how 24-hour fitness is, you know it's very hard to it's very clustered. There's a lot of people there, so I just wasn't comfortable recording over there, and especially because I also don't go there regularly, so sorry about that. Anyways, today is Thursday, and we're starting an upper body, lower body split, so there's going to be a little bit less footage per week, and that's just because I'm just going to be working out less times, so it is what it is, but I've heard a lot of good things about upper lower. One of my friends really encourages me to do it, so I'm going to try it out. I actually was trying it out before and I didn't like it, but I'm going to adjust the intensity and volume, and kind of just play with it a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to be doing when you're working out, is just, tinkering, constantly tinkering and looking at how you can improve, every single day. So I was watching Ford versus Ferrari. If you guys know that movie, I really enjoyed it, and I was watching them make and build the car, and constantly tinker and strip the weight down, improve the engine, and I found a similarity between that and myself, and how I try to treat myself like a race car, trying to put the best fuel into my body, trying to improve my own engine, strip weight off, especially right now during a cut. That makes a lot of sense, and just make my physique the best that it can possibly be. And I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm obsessed with this. I am so, I'm a very competitive person, and then when you match that up with bodybuilding and going to the gym, it's a recipe for, something very explosive, and it makes me excited about every day that I'm able to lift. It's a new day to try to get better. I mean, every day is a new day to try to improve yourself, but especially when going to the gym, just because I like it so much. And there's always something you can tinker, always some body part that you can try to be like, hey, my rear delts are smaller, my legs are small, and you can see, the fun part is seeing what works and what doesn't work, especially for yourself. Maybe for Tom Platt's hack squat and barbell squat worked, and for, I'm pretty sure, Dorian Yates, leg press worked more for him, and with Mike Mentzer, he liked more machines, and with Arnold, he liked more free weights, and especially because there wasn't a lot of machines around when Arnold wasn't lifting, but you get the point. Different things work out for different people. So right now I'm just, even though I'm almost 4 years into training, I'm still figuring out what works best, and that's never really going to stop. If you want to be great, and if you want to be an amazing bodybuilder, you are constantly changing up what you're doing in order to get closer and closer and closer to the quote perfect split for yourself. I don't think anyone ever finds that, but you can go from 90% to 99% to 99.9% to 99.9999, etc. And whoever gets the most amount of nines on the end of that 99 point whatever, you could go up to 1,000 decimal places. Whoever gets the most decimal places is gonna be the best. So, moral of the story is you should never try to feel if you're going for bodybuilding, if you're casual lifting in the gym, that's another thing. But if you're going for bodybuilding and you want to make your physique best it can possibly be, you have to decide, okay, I don't really ever want to be comfortable. I always want to be putting myself into new situations. I want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I guess that's the only time you want to be comfortable. That's what David Goggins says. That's what people like Seth Feroce say. And that's what I've started to believe in over the course of this past year especially. And I think that also as you get older, for me, I'm 21 years old, and I'm still a baby, but my opinion on a lot of stuff towards like growing has changed so drastically. I mean, I can't imagine, how people say, oh man, like when I was 25, all the stuff I was saying at 21 was, stupid. Like I can't imagine how much more knowledge I'm going to obtain as I get older and start to really hone in my niche and ability in this sport. And that's the exciting part, is the longer you do this for, at least in your 20s, the longer you do this for, the better you're going to be. And I'm all for that, man. I mean, I feel like my physique is already respectable, and the more that I cut, the more crazy and freaky it's going to get. So I'm just, every day, just get a little bit better, 0.01% better, and eventually it's going to be a freaking mile-high mountain of improvements. You just got to be consistent. I'm also a big fan of working out 9 hours in one day won't work, but working out 1 hour every day for 9 days, you can add some growth. And I'm a big proponent of that because I feel like with a bunch of people lifting, even still, a lot, from decades prior, they would just try to kill themselves in the gym and just do everything all at once, thinking that would improve their physique. But for me, I'm a very, very big proponent of, just doing my part every day and doing what I can consistently, sustainably, to be the best me that I can be. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the gym. What? You can go on this one if you want.
Huh?
You can go on this one if you want.
No. Here.
What happened?
Way to pull is gas me out.
Huh?
Way to pull is gas me out.
Oh shit.
I'm not going heavy there. I'm just going to take it easy. Go with just one plate, the pull-ups, like 5 or 6 reps, and then just go with it as long as I knock your ankle as hard as I can until failure. And then it's gas me out.
Yeah. And pull to do that. Like I remember Alright guys, just getting back from the gym now, and getting onto the freeway to go back home. The lift was, wasn't the greatest lift in the world, but it did its job. Just, every time I think anybody switches to a new split, it's gonna be a little weird for a while, just because you're not used to it. You're getting out of your comfort zone. But I liked it. It's just something to get used to, and so I kind of just, as the upper body name implies, I trained my whole upper body. And it was just one variation of the day, so I think this one was a little bit more chest focused. Again, I'm getting this from my friend. I didn't make this program myself, so obviously we might be tinkering it a little bit just to meet my individual needs. But yeah, it was started out with chest, then went to did a little bit of back and delts, and then finally we finished off with some arms, so that was pretty good. And I did some stretching, which I need to do more of, and the stretching just entailed some hip flexor and adductor and abductor stretching, which, if you don't know what those are, your hip flexors are the little V-shaped thing that you see on some really lean guys and girls, that's kind of just above their groin, you know what I'm talking about. And then abductor and adductor, so AB and adductor, are your glutes and inner thigh. So it's very important to stretch those out, because as a result of them being super tight, it'll be harder to go about, daily life, as you see with a bunch of seniors and middle-aged people who are just kind of, at a desk job all day, or, sitting on the couch watching TV a lot and reading and stuff. Their glutes and thighs do not get worked out a lot. So it's very hard for them to, sit down and get up. That's a big pandemic that has been around for a very long time, and will continue to be around, because people just, are not as active as they used to be. But anyways, that's why you should do those stretches. And then after I did those stretches, I did a little bit of cardio. I did, 15-20 minutes. I did 15 minutes on the Stairmaster at about 70 steps per minute, which is a usual pace for me. I actually haven't done Stairmaster in a while, so it was kind of nice to get back into it. The only downside about Stairmaster for me is it's a little bit hard on my lower back if I'm hunched over and I don't have good posture on it, which is my issue, is my back. It's honestly, I feel like, not to boast, but it's probably the worst part of your body you can injure is probably your back, because your spinal cord is so essential for all your extremities and just even torso too, just for regular function. Because I'll summarize it. So I have a herniated disc, and if you don't know what that is, you have these little discs in your back in between the bones, and those discs help. They're like a suspension on a car. They help with pressure and just if you're jumping or whatever, they help brace all the bones and nerves in your back. So What happens when it's herniated, it just means it's squished, and it's squished so much that it's poking out the back and hitting my central spinal column, which is where all your spinal fluid is stored. And if you don't know what spinal fluid is, it's pretty damn important. It helps with neural connection between your brain and your spine, and then your spine disperses all the nerves to your whole body. So literally is responsible for walking, picking things up, literally anything you can think that your arms and legs do. It's responsible for that. So since it's hitting that, I have to be careful with my lower back, because that disc is in my lower back. And I've done some therapy for it, but it will never actually be 100% again, which is why I'm considering taking this peptide called BPC-157, which helps with tissue damage, ligament, tendon, heals everything up. Not exactly a poster child for recovery, because peptides are so new that we don't know the long-term effects for them, so not exactly encouraging anyone else takes them. But I want to be the best, so I'm willing to take a chance on it. I haven't got it yet. I don't know if I'm even going to get it in the near future, but I can see a future of myself possibly purchasing some of that, because man, your back is, again, one of the most important parts of your entire body. I mean, I would rather lose a leg or both legs or both arms than lose, because if you don't have your spine, you're dead. You can't function. It's like, I'll put a tier list. It's like brain, heart, spine. You need all those, otherwise, sayonara. And then it would be well, actually, no, it's probably fourth place, because you need all your organs too. Because obviously you can't, if I don't have a liver, not really going to be too successful in the living department. So yeah, not to be too morbid, I don't want to talk about that stuff a lot, because it's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys on your lifting journey, but just some basic anatomy from someone who took one anatomy class in community college and forgot, half of it. But yeah, those are, you don't want to lose those, and one of those is a little bit damaged for me, so I just got to be careful. That all stemmed from just talking about Stairmaster. And so yeah, Stairmaster there for 15-20 minutes. Just guys, remember to have proper posture on it, because it is bad for your back if you hunch over on the Stairmaster, because it is putting a lot of pressure on the lower part of your back if you do that, and on your neck as well. So just all around, just don't do that. And yeah, I wasn't really able to get a pump check for you guys. I mean, I have, this shop, but, nothing, this isn't Sam Sulek crazy, freaky, whatever, pump check. Hopefully one day, but not right now. And yeah, so just trying the new upper day, and I had a good time. I got to talk to this guy in the gym that a lot of people in my gym are very friendly, especially the bigger guys that came up, probably didn't have a lot of those people that were before me, and now kind of want to give back and create a comfortable space for all lifters alike, which I'm very appreciative of. And this guy that I was talking to, he's a photographer, so gonna help me with the videos. They're gonna be better. And that's what I want to do. I want to improve every time, even if it's just 1%. Like I was saying earlier, to just improve 1%. You don't got to do the whole 100 all in one sitting, because you probably get burnt out. And if you don't, then I applaud you. Yeah, but I think that's gonna do it, and I will see you in the next one.